Hey guys, so welcome to my part 2 web designing. So here we already discussed about this design. So from here we are thinking like we need to have one image and home content and that header part. So we need to create those things right now. What we will do to do this, we need to create a component folder. So whatever we are writing like home info or a header file, everything we need to locate in the component folder. So I will creating this component folder, and inside this I will create a home info content. So that file will be responsible for whatever we are creating, that image adding and whatever those things coming there. So that will be covered from home info section. So I'm just creating that. Let's see, once this is created, this properly should be rendered in the Next.js page. Then only we can go to the next step. So what I'm doing, I'm creating a normal component, React component actually. So once it is done, I'm giving some simple name. So once it is done, right, I'm just importing that particular file here. So let's see how this is getting displayed in our page. Yeah, that's good. So home section is properly displayed here. Okay, and now we need to focus on the header. So we need to create another file called header.jsx, sorry, tsx. We are going to use everything as a TypeScript file. Okay, so that is the reason I'm creating everything as a tsx. So this component I'm creating, like here also I'm creating some basic React component. Inside that only we are going to write a logic to display the header part. Okay, so now once this is done, I will render this particular component again in the index.js to see the reflection how it is displaying. So what I will do, I will import that particular header component inside this. Let's see. Yeah, so imported. Now we need to see any content that we are writing here on the top. So what I will do, this is particularly header component. So what are we are having, we are having a logo section and a menu navigation. So it is kind of row. So what we need to do, we need to have a flex and justify around or justify between, sorry, justify between we don't need to use, because we need some more space on the left side also. What we will do, justify around or justify eventually, those things we can use. So let me try now. Once this is pasted, I need to look for the design again to take the content. So items center I need to keep so that it will be vertically center. And so this div particularly responsible for logo section, where we are having that top left corner, whatever the name we are getting, the portfolio person name. And another div is responsible for the menu navigation. So that one I'm creating now. So this one ideally it will be flex, and whatever inside the flex, it will be automatically displaying in the format of row, so one by one. So what I'm doing, I will create this entire about and another two components in a row format. Okay, so once this is done, I need to write a basic styling there. So let me do that. Okay, so this is done. Now see how it looks. Okay, this is fine. So now I'm checking some design here. Okay, we have a proper space there, and below home section is displayed properly. So now what I will do, I will write any name logo, so it should be properly allocated. Yeah, that's good. But if you notice here, the font style whichever we are seeing there, that is different from what we are having. So we will work on that. So what we will do, we'll create a I'm just trying to change the main to div to see the how the font is reflecting, but that is incorrect. So I'm going to revert it again. So now I need to find out what font it has been used in the design. So actually when I checked the design, right, the design doesn't have any font name. It is like by default font it is taking. So for our project, what I'm going to use, Roberto or Poppins. So those are the famous font family. So I need to configure that. Before that, I will complete this particular setup. So we need to have some proper padding there. So let me check in the design. Yeah, okay, this looks good, but the font family is very important. That is completely changing our look. So what we will do, we will simply import another set of fonts from Google. So before that, I will try to change these styles to look how it is exactly displaying. So if you see this, this is particularly taken all the spaces. It is exactly going left side and right side. In between we are having lot of spaces, but actually we don't want that. We need some spaces around. So I think space around will be helpful. I will revert it back to that, and once this is done, I need to change the color, and I need to have a proper font. So those steps are, I need to find for the another font. I'm still looking for the font name, but I'm not able to find it here. So at finally I have decided to use the Roberto font. So before that, whenever I mouse over to the menu navigation, it should so yeah, yellow highlighted, so it will look more good. So this color is not enough, I will add more thickness. This is so thickness, so I will reduce to 500. I think this will be better. Okay, yes, so this is looks good. So I'm just copy pasting it everywhere. So this is done. Okay, looks good. So now this entire header section is completed successfully. So none of them having the font name. I was still looking in the Figma design. So I was like, I'm very new to the Figma design, so I thought some font name will be displayed even though it is the basic thing, but I couldn't find out. So I am using, yeah, another one, a different font. So that one actually shown here. I'm look, that is Roberto or Poppins. Yeah, the first one. So the first one looks really very good, and it is very neat. So these are the fonts which I created in the first one, so I cleared it. Now what I will do, I will select what are the thickness and till where I needed. Once this is selected, right, then I will use it in our project. So I will just copy this entire thing, and will paste it inside the index.tsx and the header file. So here I need to do some basics, tag closing, and I need to change the cross origin, and need to have a parameter called true inside that too inside the string. And once this is done, I need to close all the tags. I think something I have missed. Okay, I forget to close this tag. Okay, I'm closing now. Okay, no errors in the file. So I will save this, and now I need to make the configuration to use this particular font. So what I will do, I will just copy this particular thing and paste it, name it as Popin. Oh sorry, we are not using Popin, we are using Roberto. So what I will do, I will change this to Rob, and copy paste that particular font name here, and sans serif. So this will completely change our view in our website. So this configuration is successful now, and now here I'm going to use font hyphen rob. So let's see whether it is reflected. Yeah, that's really very good, it is reflected. So now I'm going to design bit more thing to have the font white is bit more thickness, so we need to reduce. So I will make it as a font light. So once it is font light, right, the size will be very good. So I will copy paste this particular css in all the places, so then it will look good. Yeah, so now the header part is completed, and we need to bring up other things. So what I will do, we will continue in the next session for the part 3, where we will do the home section. So that time we will cover everything.